Well, off we go, huh? Let's see what we can do with this. First, I'm going to see what the consistency of this white paint is, because it was a little thick last time. I've since thinned it down. You know, I think that's still a tiny bit thick. I'm just going to thin this down a little bit. We'll get more air bubbles, but that's okay. We can put the hair dryer on it, or the embossing gun, get rid of those bubbles. I don't want this too thick. It really played havoc with my Dutch pour last time. So let's just put that in there. There's no real way to do this all scientific-like, because I use different paints, and you know, so I don't have like a set formula of this amount of paint to this amount of water. And even within brands, the consistency can vary depending on the color. For the base, I tend to just use the white paint and water without much else in there. Yeah, that seems a lot thinner. Good. All right, I don't want to get too much in there, but I'll get a stick. Oh, turn this on now here. All right, there we go. Woohoo! Okay, we're just going to bring this all the way up there. All the way. Where it stops, nobody knows. Although I'm going to primarily work, I think, in the bottom portion. I go back and forth. Sometimes I do the sky first. Usually I do the sky first. But today I thought maybe I would not. That today we do the bottom of it first. But who knows? Who knows? You never know around here, do you? What's going to happen? Right now I'm going to bring this white down, I think, a little bit more. Oh, that's nice. I like that line. I don't know if I'll keep it as I work, but I like it so far. Let's do that. Let's get this in there. Just get a little more base layer in there. Okay. And I'm going to come in here. I think I shook this up again. Let me check. Yeah, that looks pretty shook out. But it's not coming out that fast. I think I might need to unclog that at some point. Oops. Got a little schmutz on there? No. It looked like it could be a 3D thing, but it was not. Right, we're just going to fill this all in here with this black as our base here. I'm going to get a secondary stick there. I need to spread this one around. I've got that big spatula, but I need to dry it out, scrape it off before I can use it again, and I didn't want to take the time. It's like if I stop and do that, I'm not going to get anything else done. Okay, there we go. Let's say something like this to start. It's doing some weird dendrily things up where the white meets the black. That's okay, though. No one's going to see that. Okay. Get this in here. This doesn't look exactly bubble written, but I might as well get out the embossing gun and just fix it up as much as possible. Okay. So I believe an embossing gun is just to get out the air bubbles. It does a fair enough job, and I I didn't trust myself with open flames. Okay, now I think for this, I was thinking I'd do an open cup pour. So you'd think I would have got a cup ready. But I was so excited. Anyway, I think I'll just use a paper cup. Not sometimes about getting a ring or something, but paper cup. And what we want to do here, my scissors, I put them away very carefully. Let me see where I put them. Oh, way over there. Hey, at least I kind of knew where they were. That is better than I usually do out here. Okay, go ahead and I'm just going to cut around this to get in. This will show you what I'm doing. Cut around here to get an open cup. There we go. Sometimes this tends to kind of stick to it, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it anyway. I'll leave it anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here for the moment. I'll leave that little bit out there. Who knows, I might use that little cup for something. Put a small amount of cane in there or something. Oh, you know, silly me, I had these rings I saved. Oh, I can be such a dope sometimes. Well, most of the time. I'll have to remember that for next time. Like I said, just got overexcited. All right, here, now. I'm going to try a little bit of an open cup pour. I don't do these very often. Oh, hiya! I'm glad you made it. I was just about to check again, see if I needed to give you a little heads up here. So we're doing the Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year pour today. And Lunar New Year colors are red and gold. So we're primarily going to do that. A little bit of this too, I thought. Oh, if I could get it out. This is like a cherry, a black cherry. So it's sort of like if I'd already mixed up the red and the black. Oh, and sometimes one needs to open that a bit. Let me see. Get a pointy stick and get that nozzle unclogged. I haven't used this one. Really? Well, as you see, you have not missed much at all. But there you are. Let's see, according to this, I've been streaming 8 minutes. But, you know, obviously I did not use my time that productively because I have not gotten that far along here. Okay, that really didn't unclog that. So let me see if I got a smaller, see if that one's any point here. Sometimes the tips get clogged and then they can't unclog the other tip. I'm not sure that's coming out of there. Let me check. Well, there's a little pinprick hole. That's good enough. Good enough for our purposes. There we go. A little bit of that. Let's put more of the gold in too. I need to make sure I got plenty of gold. You know what I think I'm going to put in there? Is, oh, there, it's just now starting to come out there a bit. Maybe just a tiny bit of this pastel yellow. That does some interesting stuff. Let's just put that in there. Okie doke. Now, hopefully that's not way too much paint. I'm gonna do the air bubbles a little in there. I can see there's quite a few. Okay. Oh, I was gonna come up here more. There we go. Gonna look it already. Okay, now I'd like to. Actually, I can probably leave that. I was going to do more in the sky, but, you know, I think we could probably leave that. Yeah, I think that's okay. I might go ahead and Dutch pour that. I may. Get over in here, too. We'll worry about the sky in a bit. Or more in a bit, but, I think I might do that. rather than tilted. I like that idea. Okay. Let's see. I'll do it this way first. I'll leave that there, right in the middle where you can see. I like the way this is forming. A little more white in here. Kind of like that. I'm going to create kind of where the horizon line is going to be, maybe along in here. Need a little bit of a separation there. Let's come up in here and get plenty of white so we have some room to move in there. Kind of like that. Okay, I want to get this in here a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do some little dots of color up here. Just a little bit of dots of gold. Maybe a little of the others. I didn't even use that one. Well, I obviously didn't need it then. A little bit up in here. Okay, let's come back with this. Oops. Something interesting now, aren't we? Ooh, yeah. Yep. Getting something in there going now. I'll get the small blower. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I like that. Those look like very nice rocks, don't they? And we could get something a little more interesting going on in this big dark area. Bring that up and back. A little more in here, but there's almost like there's rocks in front of the rocks. Maybe a little bit more in there. Okay. I like to see, we kind of have a chasm forming here. This looks like a waterfall coming down right there. And we've got these sort of rocky things in front there. I quite like that. So we are getting there. Now what I want to do is take these out, make it look more like an edge there. There we go. And then I want to get the other one. Where's that other stick? Oh, here we go. What I'd like to do is get a little white paint and define this on in here. Let me see if I've got that thicker white paint for this purpose. Really need. Yes, I do. Okay. Let's grab some of this. I'm just going to come down in here. And I'm just forming more, bringing out this waterfall a little bit more that I see when I look at it. Trail that up in there, back around in there. Yeah, I like that. That is coming along. This is basically, it's going to be cut off by this kind of rock formation that will kind of come up and over it to where that's behind that in the background. Right now, this almost looks like another huge waterfall, but that looks like a little too huge. So maybe we'll tone that down a bit. So those might be those air bubbles or things in the paint. Sometimes it's super hard to tell. That little dots sometimes in the paint. There we go. Okay, I like this so far. I've got a little bit more work to do, I think. These colors are very pretty here. What I almost want to do, I'm going to see if I can bring this part up more. Okay, it's getting closer. What I want to do now, come over here to the side. I'm going to use this to make this big white area a little smaller, hopefully. That's my plan. I'll announce what I intend to do, and you guys can be the judge if I actually did it. There we go. Like that, it almost looks like that, like there's a distant waterfall there and then maybe a closer up one here. I'll come around and use the lower just on that side if I can manipulate it to that degree. Let's see. Just over here. Oh, kind of like that. Sometimes I kind of like it. Should be good enough, huh? Okay, there we go. Now up in here, so we call, here comes the tricky bit. Let's see what we can do here. All right, I'm to take a swig of tea for this one. Now, it's also, as we all know, Year of the Dragon. So what I'd like to do is a dragon, Chinese dragon up here in the sky. But I think first I'm going to try and darken these corners a little bit. Wait, do I really mean that? Yes, yes I do. I think I'm going to darken the corners a bit. Oh, hey-oh! I am doing a Chinese New Year red and gold landscape, Dan. I'm just going to darken the top of this sky, let's hope. That's my plan. And then I'm hoping to put a dragon in the sky here, but, you know, I know, I get so ambitious with these things. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to try and blow out that top little bit, because I know I blow it that way, it'll just blow it all right on off there. So let's turn it around towards me. Don't want to get too much color in there, though. I want some negative space. I don't want to do too much in there. There we go. There's something coming up there, huh? Right now. I don't even want it to look that defined. I want it to be almost like part of this cloud, I think. We can make this almost like that's part of the dragon. Maybe end up there? What do you think? Something like that. Once we blow it out, it's going to look just like a dragon. Let's think. We'll think positively that way. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try and kind of manipulate this as much as I can with this stick. And then I might go ahead and blow it out just to give it a little bit of that look, that blown out look. I kind of always have these weird sort of, the way they do their claws and stuff are always kind of weird to me. But, you know, when in Rome, or in this case, when in Chinese New Year, and you want to do your Chinese dragon. Oh, that's not bad. I like that. Might need to make the body a little thicker. But I kind of like that. I kind of like the head. It's not too bad to me. Let me do a second little thing like that. Ooh, I kind of like it. Okay, now this, I kind of want to trail that, I think. Okay. All right, I think we need a little more gold in the body. I'm going to use this other gold. This is my thicker gold. Kind of the powerhouse gold here. Okay. Boy, I really like this, the waterfall aspect really is working for me. At least in my opinion. And whose else's matter, really? Okay. They always have their little legs and stuff coming out there. They said I'm never quite sure about the Chinese dragons, the way they do their legs and stuff, but we'll go ahead and put them in there. I'll put them in there as close as I think they tend to be. If we don't like it, I'll kind of blow it out. Okay, well that's interesting. So just a tiny bit too much forehead, I think. Just a little thinner there. Let's do little ears or something. Maybe little ears. Sorta. Got little things coming out there. I don't really want to touch that face. I'm pretty happy with that as a face. Got quite a few air bubbles. Let me see if I can just pounce them a little bit. Not really. Let's see if I can take those. I'm not sure I can take those out, but I don't really want to pit in there. Real quick here. Let me get it. Just see his face. Okay. And take that little one. We might use the big one for something like this. Oh, nice! I would be surprised if we did anything here, although they do surprise me from time to time here. Not sure if those still look like the legs coming out there. But that's okay. I want it to be a little bit stylized looking. The important thing is that I really like the head. I'm glad of it. And what I might do is, actually what I might do is make that look more like, almost more like clouds part of that. Make this look a little more cloud-like. I might put more color in there, I'm not sure. Well, I think this might be a moment where I might say that I don't want to risk messing that up because I'm not totally unhappy with it. I love the dragon face. I don't know if it'll dry like that, but I love it. So tempted just to stop there. I think I might just play around right with this little section here. With that seam maybe a little wispier. Almost like it dissolves, appears and dissolves back into the cloud. So the face is a little more formed, then it just sort of trails off there. That I'd like to dissolve a little more too. It's a little thicker. I might just go ahead and show that. This spot here is a tiny bit funky, not too bad, just a tiny bit. But yeah, it looks almost like there's a distant big waterfall, then a closer waterfall. This part I wasn't too sure. I thought I would just sort of lead out there. So it looks like there's like a layer here and then a more distant layer, and maybe these are mountains up in here. And we've got the big old dragon head coming down there. Still not real happy with those air bubbles, but they don't look terrible. But let's see, they didn't want to come out the other way. Let me see if I can just pound them out of there. It does. Well, you know, I promised you guys a year of the dragon painting, didn't I? I try and keep my word on these things. That one spot, I'd like to get out of there a little bit more. Don't mind it being a little liney, but I'd like it to look cloudy as well. Okay. So you kind of have like the dark cloud with the dragon just sort of forming out of, sort of undulating out of that. Might reshape that slightly. A little schmutz in there. See if we can get that out of there. It must be not hanging off the straw. It's fortunately in a very good area to get it out of there because it's all just white. I think it's out of there. Still not real happy with this rabbit. I'm just going to see if I can just sort of pounce into it. I just feel it just looks a little not cloudy. Maybe if I come over with the blower just on that side. I think that's a very respectable attempt, and I am not going to push my luck. Let's just put it in the drying rack. I'm very pleased. I'm not worried about it. I can't remember now. These long, thin ones don't look like that often, so I'm not too sure which one. Yeah, that looks level. Okay. Whew. I am going to run in the house real quick and check on my chicken wings. I'm doing chicken wings and pizza tonight. Whew. I am very happy with that. I'm so pumped I came out to do that. I am pretty happy with it though. All right, I will be back in just a moment. I'm just going to check on things.